Hey, how's it going, everyone? Shiro's in here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Um, yeah, the last video I had actually recorded and went to upload got messed up because of my OBS settings, but luckily that's fixed now. I'm bummed I didn't get to upload that video, but yeah, I made a house. Um, I think it came out pretty good. It was inspired by, like, I don't know how I kind of envisioned, like, a Pokemon cabin to look. Like in one of the towns, how it would look kind of in game, and it's small. It's just a starter base. It was pretty uh, low resource requirements, but yeah, I still have my chest to put stuff away in. But and I caught a Ghastly, new member of the team. But oh, and Pikachu maybe Pikachu. Don't quite remember, but anyways, man, I am just kind of worn out. I worked today and yesterday, and I recorded yesterday, but there was a fire yesterday in, like, outside of town, in the outskirts of the city I live in, and I'm borderline asthmatic, and I have an inhaler, and my chest just hurt so bad yesterday. It was really bad. I worked in the morning yesterday and afternoon, and then so just the entire day I just, like, didn't go outside if I didn't have to, because it hurt so much. It, like, felt like my chest was on fire when I was breathing, and somebody was, like, stepping on my chest, which was a bummer. And I still felt like that today, and it was just so smoky. But towards the end of the day, afternoon, it started to get a little bit better. And all of these Pokemon are so high. I want to get into some battles. Man. And that kind of brought me into my topic I want to talk about today. So today at work, today was not a normal day. They're in conjunction with the fire and the smoke being very close, and the air quality being unsafe to breathe, but I still had to work, outside and deal with it. There was an internet outage. Somebody had vandalized, I don't know what, the fiber optic cables, or I have no idea, but that meant that the entire city had no internet from the largest provider in our city, including the business I work for, the company I work for. So, just, don't bother being stressed about something that is out of your control. There's only so much I can do. I can't make the internet come back on. I can't make the air quality better, no matter how badly I would like to do that. And there's going to be challenges that are just out of your control, so don't bother stressing about it. Only worry about the things that you can control. Like the old saying, like, you can't change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails. And just, you just gotta roll with the punches. Oh my goodness, he is huge. Tropius, what a good boy. Also experimenting with a new shader pack that I kind of messed with. It's Aurora's shaders, but edited by me. Just trying it out. I wanted something that kind of felt a little more cartoony, and straight out of the box, it does. Like, it's super vibrant and really good frames. So I'm happy with it. So, like, I started my day with a phone call at 5:30 this morning. And that is early for my schedule. I wasn't scheduled for the afternoon. I was the manager on duty for the afternoon, early evening. early afternoon, early evening, that kind of day, the like second half of the day, you know. And they needed me to come like open up shop, get things rolling, take care of some stuff, and I'm like, I ignored the phone call. I was tired. I didn't feel well, right? But going into work, like it's not my it wasn't my responsibility. There are people that are paid more than me to come in and do those things, and I'm happy to help out. But I had zero notice, and I didn't feel well. A legendary. Oh, we got Articuno. Did we get Articuno? That is crazy. Oh my god, he's right there. Level 45. You are beautiful. What if I just... Wait, how do you make an Ultra Ball? Okay. I'm gonna go make a couple Ultra Balls. What if we catch Articuno? That would be insane. Anyway, so there are people that are paid more, like... When stuff like this comes up, they are the ones that... It is their responsibility to take care of it. They are responsible, I have my responsibilities, they have theirs. And I'm happy to help out, and I want to, I'd be happy to take on those responsibilities as well as the pay. I've learned my lessons to not take on responsibilities without the corresponding pay, because then you're just used. But and then so I had that go to work, and yeah, I'm just greeted with just everyone just so overwhelmed, and I'm like, okay, what can we do? What can I do? I've done shifts before at this same job where I had no power and I had to survive the day, So I was like, okay, just no internet, just an internet outage. And I have employees here to work. Like, I think I can handle... I don't have any gold. That is a bummer. What about a quick ball? I don't have any gold. Okay. A great ball? Need some iron. Okay. I think I might just stick to one of these guys. So I wasn't stressing, and I also wasn't trying to underplay the situation. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of upset people. The employees are overwhelmed. Like, what am I going to do here? And I just rolled with it. I'm like, hey, I got to throw my plan for the day on how I would handle a normal day out the window, and I got to just adjust and be adaptable. And that's really the key to being successful, just in general, with everything. Like, every day, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what challenges you're going to face. And... Oh, don't tell me Articuno despawned. That'd be so sad. Where was I as well? Over here? Oh, I am so dumb. Oh, we got the coordinates. 477, negative 346. I went the wrong way. But just handling the day, I was like, I can't make the internet come back on. I can't make the air quality better. And yeah, I didn't feel good. So I was like, this is, not what I was looking forward to or expecting today. And that's on me. If I didn't feel good and I didn't think I was capable of handling today, I should have called out sick. And I didn't, because I knew I was going to be okay to work. Just like, man, like I've never felt this bad about, like somebody just like crushing my chest is what it felt like all day. It hurts to move and talk and breathe, and then, just being out in the smoky weather didn't make it better. Right? But so that's on me. I didn't call out sick, therefore I am capable and have responsibilities to take care of. So I was like, my team is counting on me. I'm not going to let this hold me back. And, that's really, it ended up being a great day. Yeah, there were people that I couldn't help and that were upset, but there's only so much I can do, Maybe, 18-year-old me, 19-year-old me would have been like, felt bad and just carried so much weight on me. And, I'm not saying don't have a heart, don't have empathy, don't have feelings for the situation, and, don't choose like, hey, I can't help you today, I don't have internet. That's not my problem, sorry, bye. That's not how you should be handling it, but, you can be empathetic. I wish I could help you. This is the situation we're in, let me see what I can, still do to help you and accommodate you today with what I got. That's really all you're asking. That's all it's about. It's not hard. It's not a lot. But for a lot of people, like I've seen and done the worst of the worst. Like, yeah, I've done days with no internet a couple times this year actually. So like recently, let alone a couple of years ago at this same job. Used to happen all the time. Days with no power, days with no employees, where it was literally just me. So I'm not walking in all cocky, but I'm like, I've like, I've been through this before. Like how can I adapt to this situation to make it through the day? How can I help my team learn to adapt and get through this day? And yeah, the people that I was, that were there before me, that were heading home for the day, yeah, they were really, really stressed out and overwhelmed. And, I'm sure, I would be too, but, it's all about like your mentality. Like they were so stressed and worried, and I'm like, dude, it's okay. Like I'm not worried about it. When the internet comes on, it comes on. When the smoke goes away, it goes away. But I can, make sure that I am minimizing the amount of time I'm outside. I can bring a N95 mask to, keep myself safe. I can encourage my coworkers to wear one as well. I can do what I can to try to repair the internet to where it's usable. And see if I can just do whatever I can, but not stress about it. I don't want to be that guy that's sitting there being like, oh, no internet, can't do anything, might as well go home. No, like, I think the biggest lesson I learned about thinking this way is like, just roll with the punches. You can only do so much. You can only control what you can control. You can't adjust. You can't change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Like growing up in school and stuff, I would always worry about the tests. I was an awful test taker. But I'm like, hey, like a test is done, or it's like, oh, I wish I studied more, but I had this and this. It's like, no, like I work with what I got. I have all this stuff I got to do, but I had this amount of time I can study. I better use it to the best, get the most out of it. And you don't want to get into the blame game, like, oh, like this guy, like they like caught the guy or whatever that vandalized the wire and no internet. Like, oh, I can blame him. Like, thank whatever this random guy is that decided to do something, not cool. Or I just like, hey, like, nobody cares who he is. He's a nobody, and nobody's gonna care today that I can't help them for the reason why. They just expect the help and want the help. It's my job to offer the best help to them at the... Wait, what just happened? Oh, whirlwind. Okay. It's my job to offer the best help and my best work ethic that I can offer given the situation. Nobody cares today that I showed up and my asthma was hurting me. When I'm talking to people, they don't care that if I have to go outside for 2 hours and my lungs are hurting, It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and you just got to deal with it, And again, don't take it in a bad way. Right, there's gonna be days where you go to work and it's like, oh, like everybody called out sick, Oh, why is the I don't know. Starbucks is just a really good example to use because it's relatable, and like you get that kind of realistic expectation of like some weird problems that come up. Like, oh, like people like that go through to get their coffee, they don't care that 4 people called out sick. They don't care that their computers stopped working, or their espresso machine broke during the morning rush. They just show up and they're like, I just want my coffee, man. Like, what can you do? What can you do to get me my coffee? Is do the best you can. Hey, I don't have coffee today, but I got this and this, or if you have a little bit more patience, I can make you coffee this way. Whatever it is, that's just probably like a poor analogy, but you can't let all the problems like decide how you're going to handle the day, And being adaptable is probably like my biggest strength that has gotten me a lot of very, successful jobs inside and outside of college. I already need more storage. Oh well. Barrels. How do I make barrels? I think barrels is going to be the way to go. And some shelves. Is it this? I'm trying to remember. Yep, cool. I had a coworker today that was like, yeah, I had a midterm and they had to let us go early because, midterm, the internet went out during the midterm. Like, yeah, I bet the teachers are kind of quite unhappy and, but like there's not much you can do in that situation, That's a bummer. Take. Hopefully the shaders in the recorded video don't look like too over the top and bright. I really did try to mess with a lot of the settings and make it look like beautiful and picturesque, but still like kind of cartoony. Like I don't know. It's so relaxing. Oh, let me help you out, buddy. There you go. What is with the noises? Like, does that make sense? Like, a lot of times when I was in high school, uh, like I said, the analogy of like, taking tests, I would just sit there just stressing like, oh, I didn't get enough sleep. I'm not gonna do good on this test. I'm like already setting myself up to fail, you know. Oh, I had another test to study for, and so I did bad on this one. Like the teachers, I mean, yes, teachers do care about how you do, but they're gonna be like, you just should have managed your time better. Like, I'm sorry you had my test and another teacher's test to study for, but you know, that's out of my control. Sorry. Oh, that's where the red acorns are, right there. Awesome. Just need some junk. But yeah, something that helped me as I transitioned from, jobs and hard days like today, where I'm like, dude, like this could probably be like the most sucky day ever that like I'm realistically probably not getting paid enough to handle, Or I just like, hey, it's just another day. Let me make the most out of it. Let me see what I can do and what can I do to learn from it and grow from this, experience. Like I said, I wouldn't have known how to handle today if it hadn't already happened to me once before. Something similar like this. Like I said, I've dealt with power outages, internet outages, and stuff like that. And like, yeah, the world still goes on. It's not worth it. Like, I probably dealing with stress and worrying and stuff was like such a weakness when I was younger. Too young. I would just worry myself until like my stomach hurt and I wouldn't sleep. How am I supposed to go on and handle a day like today if I'm stuck worrying about it before the day even happens? And the only way to get over this stuff is, in my opinion, like experience. Trial and error. Hey, this happened, and I never encountered anything like it. I've never handled something like this. I had no idea what to do. But if it happens again, like, I'm ready. Or hey, days like today happen, every now and then, or they happen quite frequently, once a week, whatever it may be. I know that if this were to happen again, like, I want to try handling it this way, or maybe I'll try doing this instead of that. And you're really just never gonna know unless you try it, unless you go for it. There's no right way to handle an unexpected day like today, And just sitting back and looking at how I handle them. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself, I did the best I could, and that's all I could ask of myself. That's all I could ask of my team. And I'm sure that's all that, everyone I talked to today would ask of me as well. And yeah, you're going to get a couple people that are like, oh, this is just unacceptable. It's never good enough. I think maybe I should start the long journey to go explore some new biomes, find some new Pokemon. I would love to find maybe like Lapras, Munchlax, Snorlax, Dratini for like a Dragonite. Yeah, just anything. Ooh, honey. Don't know what I would do with honey, but it looks delicious. But I think we got a Ghastly outbreak. Let's see if we I like the naive Ghastly. But I think there's the mints where you can change them. I think I'm going to call it here. My game crashed, and hopefully this video has some meaning to you. So, yeah, moral of the story is just don't sweat the small stuff. Don't spend your time worrying and stressing about all the stuff that you can't control. Just focus on what you can control. Just focus on changing the directions of your sails rather than changing the wind. If that makes sense. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope tomorrow is an even better day for you. And that's all I got. So thank you, and I'll catch you later.